I make an example referring to mixing of color or the idea of color, right? And maybe you've heard me say this before, but it's like the color black and white, right? So if you start with black and white, then you can make any shade of gray. Okay. But if you start with gray, it's hard to extrapolate and extract the black and white from it. Right. So uh, life in the beginning, so you have to structure black and white. It's black and white. There can be no ambiguity. There can be no gray. All of their life, when they're out of your reign, your house, they are going to deal with gray all of their life. But since they got the black and white from you, those kids have an opportunity to come back to that black and white, right? Whereas if you start with gray with children and you raise them in the gray, in completely ambiguous, doing whatever they want and however and just doing, right? Then they set off in their adulthood. They will become very confused, and they will not be able to extract the black and white, and they will end up dysfunctional, very dysfunctional.
Well, they have no reference. They have no
Exactly. Exactly.
and even as an adult, like let's say maybe they don't come back to the black and white like you would want them to, but they come to a shade of gray that works for them because they understand that reference. They, you know, they maybe they don't choose your values exactly the way you want them to, but they're choosing a shade of gray from a reference point,
Yeah,
and they're saying this is where I want to live, but I
absolutely.
still have that reference. This is
Absolutely.
what my parents taught me. This is how I agree with them and disagree with them. But if you don't have that reference, there is no idea of right or wrong or agreeing,
Absolutely.
disagreeing. It's just like blah.
Yeah, absolutely.